now we are talking about building your business online and if you need to go to events or not. So when you're joining me, coming in who you are and where you're coming in from, we are going to chat about how come you need to go to events, or maybe you do need to go to events, or maybe you don't need to go to events. But I want your comments down below. I want to definitely participate and hear your views on the whole thing. Hi, Selena. Hi, Marina. Nice to have you guys on. So I recently, this weekend, just came back from my company event, and it was super fun. I had a great time meeting all of my new team members that I've actually never met in person before, so that was a positive thing. But have you ever felt like, oh my gosh, I build my business online. There's really no purpose of me going to an event, right? That I can do everything online. I can do it from my house. I can do it from wherever I am, and I can grow my business, right? And I'm going to tell you right now that events are an important piece. And we're going to break it down on how this actually works, so that you can understand. Now, if you're brand new in network marketing and you haven't been to your company event, I suggest you go. It builds your belief in your company. It builds your education in your product. It builds all kinds of things. Plus, you get to be around other people that are like you, because if you're like me, you live in a place, or maybe your family and friends actually don't really understand what you do. How many of you that would resonate with? Hi, Jan. Nice to have you on. So so I wanted to quickly come on and just share with you what I think about events, and if you're building online, if you need to go or not, right? Because it's important. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. Well, here's the deal. I was just at my company event, and I have other people that are in my team, other people I build with, Crossline and all those things, that build their businesses online as well. Now, some of us disagree on whether we need to go to events or not. Now, I'm not going to tell you who, obviously, right? Like, everybody has their own opinion about things, but my opinion is actually, yes, you need to go to events. And here are a couple of reasons why. What do you guys think, though? Drop me a comment down below if you think that you should be going to events if you are building online or offline, right? Are events key to your business? Marina says it changed a lot for her to go to her company event. So I'm excited about that. That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to give you the outline here as to why we want to go to events. Number one, being part of something bigger than yourself is super important, okay? When you get involved in a company and building online, sometimes you just feel like this island that you're out in the middle of nowhere, and it can get hard building your business, especially when it's not growing quickly, or maybe you don't have the support that you need, right? And so getting around people, Selena says, yes, she agrees we should go to events. Awesome, Selena. I'm glad that you agree as well. So you get around people that are like you get to form those relationships. Now, when I didn't have a team, I still went to events. I've actually always went to events. I've never missed an event, my company event. In fact, I do events even that aren't in my company. And so Jan says she hasn't been to one since she was in Amway. Cool, Jan, that's awesome. Yep. So some of us, just depending on where we're at in our lives and our businesses, we haven't been to an event. So it's totally whatever works for you. But like I said before, being part of something bigger than yourself, it's super important. The education is super important about your company, about your products, about the changes, about the new products. Here's one of the biggest things. If you want a team that duplicates what you do, get to events, okay? It's super important, because here's the reason. Different personalities require different things to be successful, and you are your personality. You don't own all of those personalities, but together we are more powerful because we have different personalities in the team or different personalities in the company that they can relate to. Now, here's an example of this. I actually, it's been an event way long ago that I went to, and oh my gosh, this person in my business, in my company, got up on stage and did this speech, right? And it was educational, I guess, right? Like, it didn't resonate with me. In fact, I was at a point where I was like, oh my gosh, like, would they just stop, right? So I turned to, and it was at the time I was with a Crossline, and I turned to my Crossline and I was like, went to say something, right? Because I was being judgmental about the person up on stage. I was being judgmental, and that Crossline, the instant I went to open my mouth, said, oh my gosh, that was the key. Like, that was the key to what I needed to go forward in my business. And I was like, it made me think. It made me stop. I became very aware, and I started to notice that I am not always the person that somebody needs to relate to, right? It was the biggest lesson in my business, because what I started to do from there was I started to promote from event to event. Because if I can get you to an event, there is going to be somebody on that stage that resonates with you, that you came to hear that one message. And I can guarantee you, if I had an interview with each one of my team members that was there and I asked them what they got out of that event, each one of them would say something different. And it's so cool because they come and it's almost like it's hand delivered what they're looking for. Hi, Bambi, nice to have you on. So that's a big, huge piece of going to events, because you can't give your team everything you need. And another key to this is, I actually had an eye-opening experience with my mentor a couple of weeks ago. I don't require the rah-rah. How many of you don't require the rah-rah, right? Drop me a number 2 if you require rah-rah. Drop me a number 2 if you require rah-rah, sorry, and a number 1 if you don't, okay? I'm a number 1. I'm a very driven person. Yes, I like you to recognize what I'm doing if I'm in your team. Yes, I like to somebody to say, hey, great job, right? But I don't actually want to really be on stage. Like, that doesn't feed me. I don't need, the hey, we're amazing kind of stuff. I build my business because it feeds me, it feeds a purpose, and I am able to serve other people. That's what feeds me, right? Now, everybody else is different. Not everybody is the same. Yeah, so Gary says, yes, if you've chosen a good company with great culture, you definitely want to take time to enjoy that culture and connect with colleagues, corporate admins, and leaders. You are exactly right. Phil's a number 1, Jan's a number 1, Marina's a number 1, Gary, number 1, Bambi, number 1. I love it. All right, cool. We got a bunch of number 1s on here, very driven people. But guess what? Some of your team is not going to be like you. They need that rah-rah. And I have people in my team that need rah-rah. I've had big leaders in my team that need rah-rah. Big, people, other different people, right? 2, but not 1. Okay, Tiana, I love that. That's good. I hope I said your name right. Sometimes I have a way of butchering names. So having those different personalities and meeting as a team builds that family culture, right? Like he was saying, it builds that family culture, and people are more apt to stick around if they feel part of something bigger than themselves. Okay. Now here's the other one. Now, the 4th reason. I know I gave you more than 4, but this is a bonus. The 4th reason that you want to attend events is it creates leverage in your team. Now, here's what I mean by that, okay? There was a bunch of announcements at my company event. I had quite a few leaders there that were at this event, right? And sometimes it's, when I was new and I didn't have any leaders in the team, I was taking all these notes and I had to go back and deliver all this stuff to the team. Well, when you have your generals in place, right, your team that come to the event, they get the information as well, and we actually collectively can bring that information back to the team, and we can build faster because we, as a team, obviously relate to more people. I relate to different people than different people in my team. I have big burly men in my team that relate differently to other people in my team. I have funny people that relate differently to my team, right? So we all relate different. Good, Tiana. I'm glad I said it right. Yeah. So we all relate differently to every person. And as your team grows, as you build out this massive network marketing team, you need the leverage because you cannot be everywhere. Can you imagine you being the main person? And if you are doing this, this is one of the keys that I wanted to give you for this live. If you are the main person, right? The main person everybody comes to, the main person everybody asks questions for, the main person that you do all the Zooms or whatever, right? If you're doing all the posting and all of that stuff, you're going to burn out. Okay. And you only have so much time in the day. And that's the point of network marketing, is to grow a team of leaders and grow a team of leaders underneath them and grow a team of leaders underneath them. And that way you're unstoppable. Plus you have the leverage because, there may be something that happens in your family and you can't go to the event, but you have leaders that show up, right? There may be something that you missed at the event. Maybe you were out taking a potty break and you missed some big announcement, right? So leverage in your team is super important. So I wanted to quickly jump on and share with you, just if you're building online or offline for that matter, why you need to go to events. So build your events. You don't need to go to events if you're building your team. In fact, I would say you probably need to event if you can at least once a month or every quarter at the least, okay? Because you need that common bond. You need those people. You need that support system. and you need to get your batteries recharged. When you go to an event and you see how cool everything is, and it's almost like it sells you all over again of being part of that company. So I hope you got value out of today. If you did, drop me a value, and if someone else needs to hear this message, go ahead and grab the share button. And if you're looking for a way to bring people to you, I'm going to drop it in the comments. If you're tired of chasing people, prospecting, waitresses and chasing people in malls, or sending weird messages on Facebook to strangers, I get like 20 of them a day, by the way. I'm going to drop a free video series that you can grab, that you can get started on, that will help you learn how to bring people to you exactly like me and my team join. Oh, and then one other thing, we have a huge announcement coming, so keep your eyes on the lives, because we got something cool coming. So I'm excited to bring it to you. It's going to be really, really fun. So have a fabulous rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.